It's in times of crisis that you need to keep the faith and believe in a higher power. What I'm going to talk about today is mostly focused on the Greek Orthodox faith, but it surpasses boundaries, traditions, doctrines. So it's a general statement that what I'm seeing and observing is a lot of people are losing their faith during this crisis, this virus crisis. So whether you believe in God, whether you believe or you don't believe in anything, you do believe in something, whatever it is that you do believe in, you must believe so that you can overcome this crisis. I was in church this morning. Not a lot of people, because as guidelines dictate, large crowds are being prohibited. And so there was less people in church today. What usually would average about 500 people, we had about 40 today. So not bad. It was okay. It was like a family gathering. But what is upsetting for me is the fact that people are losing their faith. They're just attending church for the sake of attending church. They don't have a strong faith. What am I going at? One of the main traditions and protocols when you come to church, to Greek Orthodox Church, is you venerate the icons. And what I've seen in the past couple of days is people are getting afraid to venerate the icons. If you have a strong faith and belief in God, you don't need to be afraid. Venerating the icon. Every church now, they wipe it down with antiseptic, Windex, with alcohol. They rub it down every 20 minutes. The cleanest and most safest part in the church is the icon. So what upsets me is people come and they make a mockery out of our protocols. They come and they bow like penguins on dry land. Look, it's your prerogative if you want to venerate the icon or if you don't want to venerate the icon. If you don't want to venerate the icon, just come to church, go to your corner, and sit and observe the service. Don't make a mockery of the protocol. That's all I got to say. And also another thing that people are really concerned about now is partaking in Holy Communion. Think of two things, science and faith. From the science standpoint, the chalice is made out of gold. Gold combats any type of disease. It has that certain mechanism within its particles that combats and defeats disease. Secondly, faith. Having faith in God does not allow you to get sick. And an extra point, at the end of every communion, the priest partakes what's left of the communion. So for the last 200 years, there's not one priest that has ever passed away. They've been through the bubonic plague. They've been through every type of plague that has plagued mankind the last 200 years. They've been through the AIDS epidemic, H1N1, Ebola, okay, Zika virus, the missionaries. Not one priest has passed away because he took communion, and while other people that might have had an illness partook from the same communion. You just got to have the faith. If you don't have the faith, don't approach. We're not going to punish you. We're not going to, we're not going to criticize you. But it's more insulting if you go and you make a mockery than not to go at all. Seriously, think about it and keep the faith and continue to pray and go to church. You don't necessarily have to go in large numbers, because now with Lent, there's church every night in most churches, and they don't average hundreds of people. They might average maybe 25 people per service. So you've got plenty of opportunity to connect with God, and do not fear, just simply keeping the faith.